Have you ever wondered how farmers manage to feed their animals without the convenience of a local feed store? What methods do they use to ensure their livestock remains healthy and productive? And can traditional farming techniques compete with modern solutions? Let's explore the fascinating world of Amish animal husbandry and discover the ingenious ways they feed their animals without relying on modern conveniences. Let's face it, for most of us, feeding our animals is as simple as driving to the store, picking up a bag of feed, and calling it a day. But for the Amish, that option isn't even on the radar. Instead, they've mastered the art of feeding their animals using what's right in front of them. It's a lifestyle steeped in tradition and resourcefulness, reflecting a deep connection to the land and the creatures that inhabit it. Take, for example, the ubiquitous chicken. These feathery little entrepreneurs are far more than just producers of breakfast. They are integral to sustainable feeding practices on Amish farms. Imagine a bustling yard filled with hens pecking around, proudly clucking as they hunt for their next snack. Their diet consists of a delightful mix of homegrown grains and garden scraps. In an Amish household, raising chickens is almost like running a mini business. Families often cultivate their own corn, wheat, and oats, which serve as the main diet for these busy birds. Did you know that a single hen can lay about 300 eggs a year? That's a lot of omelets. With all that egg production, it's no wonder chickens have earned their place as essential farm members. But what happens when dinner is over? Nothing goes to waste here. Leftover vegetable scraps from meals, think potato peels, wilted lettuce, and even the occasional bit of bread, make their way into the chicken coop. It's like the ultimate recycling program for food. Chickens are excellent at turning yesterday's dinner into tomorrow's breakfast, creating a buffet that keeps them happy and healthy. Now let's be real, chickens can be a bit picky. Have you ever seen a chicken fight over a piece of leftover cake? It's hilarious. Those feathery friends will go to great lengths for a crumb of something sweet. And if you think your cat is the ultimate hunter, you haven't seen a chicken on the hunt for a bug. Chickens are nature's little pest controllers, gobbling up insects that would otherwise invade the garden. But here's the kicker. All those happy chickens contribute to something even greater than just eggs. Their manure is a goldmine for composting, turning into nutrient-rich fertilizer for Amish gardens. Talk about a win-win. The chickens help keep pests at bay, produce delicious eggs, and their waste enriches the soil. They're on a mission to make the farm as self-sufficient as possible. Next, let's talk about the gentle giants of the farm. Cows. These big beauties aren't just lounging around, they're hard at work producing milk, and their feeding methods are a testament to the Amish way of life. If you've ever been close to a cow, you'll know they have a way of making you feel like the world is moving just a little slower. They chew their cud, blink lazily, and occasionally give you that "what do you want" look, which can be quite amusing. In Amish farming, cows are often fed a diet that many foodies would envy. They munch on a delightful mix of pasture grass, hay, and specially prepared silage, essentially fermented grass and corn. Think of it as the cow's version of a gourmet buffet. It's packed with nutrients and helps keep these hefty animals healthy and happy. You wouldn't want to serve your guests leftovers every day, right? Well, cows appreciate a well-planned menu too. Here's a fun fact. A single dairy cow can produce an astonishing 6 to 7 gallons of milk a day. That's enough milk to fill several cereal bowls or make an entire week's worth of cheese. But keeping a cow well-fed is a year-round job. During warmer months, they graze on lush green pastures, but as winter approaches, Amish farmers prepare by stockpiling hay and silage to ensure their cows stay well-fed through the colder months. Now, picture this. It's a chilly winter day, and the cows are cozy inside their barn. While you might be bundled up inside with a cup of hot cocoa, these cows are enjoying a meal of freshly cut hay, eagerly munching away as if it's the best thing since sliced bread. And trust me, they can eat a lot. A single cow can consume about 100 pounds of feed a day. That's like you trying to finish a giant pizza by yourself. Good luck with that. Of course, feeding cows isn't just about what's on the menu. It's also about the presentation. Farmers often mix in some molasses or grains to make their feed more appealing. It's like adding a little extra flavor to your favorite dish. Nobody wants to eat plain rice every day. And if you've ever seen a cow dive into a feed trough with gusto, you'll understand why they're often referred to as the life of the barn party. But it's not all about the food. The Amish believe in treating their animals with respect and care. Cows that are well cared for not only produce more milk, but also have happier dispositions. It's a simple formula. Happy cows equal happy milk. When you walk into a barn where cows are treated well, you can almost feel the good vibes in the air. Speaking of good vibes, let's not overlook the social life of cows. They have a pecking order, or should I say mooing order? Watching them interact can be quite the comedy show. There's always that one cow who thinks she's the queen of the herd, bossing everyone around, and then there's the one that always seems to be on the receiving end of a gentle headbutt. It's like a soap opera full of drama, but with way more hay. Now, how does this connect back to the bigger picture? The milk produced by these cows doesn't just nourish families, it's also a key ingredient in many local Amish products like cheese and yogurt. So when you enjoy that creamy yogurt, remember the cows that made it possible, happily munching away on their well-deserved meals. Next up on our farm tour are the ever-energetic goats. If you think cows are entertaining, just wait until you meet their smaller, more mischievous cousins. Goats are like the comedians of the animal kingdom. They're curious, playful, and always ready to turn a simple grazing session into a full-blown adventure. Watching them is like having a front-row seat to a stand-up show. There's never a dull moment. One of the best things about goats is their ability to eat just about anything. Seriously, if it's green and within reach, it's on the menu. We're talking about weeds, shrubs, and even leftover garden scraps. Farmers love goats for their unique ability to clear out overgrown areas, making them the ultimate garden helpers. They turn what might be an eyesore into a beautifully manicured landscape, all while having a grand old time. Did you know that goats can eat around 4 to 5% of their body weight each day? That's like you munching on 5 cheeseburgers in one sitting. So when you see goats happily nibbling away at the plants, just remember, they're on a serious mission. With their keen sense of taste, they can actually select the tastiest greens. It's like they're little connoisseurs of the plant world. Now, let's talk about their feeding routine. Amish farmers provide goats with a mix of hay, grains, and whatever fresh greens they can find. During the summer, they're often turned loose in pastures, where they can roam and munch to their heart's content. But come winter, those tasty treats become a little harder to find. That's when farmers stock up on hay and prepare special feeds to keep their goats happy during the colder months. Goats are also great recyclers. If there's a garden with leftover veggies or scraps, you can bet those goats will be the first to clean it up. It's like they've signed up for the best job in the world, grazing and getting paid in food. And here's a funny thought. Have you ever seen a goat trying to eat a tin can? They'll chew on anything they can get their mouths on, so keeping the yard tidy is essential. One of my favorite memories involves a goat named Daisy at a local farm. Every time I walked by, she would bleat loudly, as if she was calling me over for a chat. But the moment I got close, she'd dart away, only to stop and look back at me, as if saying, "Catch me if you can." They have this way of playing hard to get that's just too funny. Let's not forget the social side of goat life. Goats are very social animals, thriving in groups. Watching them interact can be a riot. There's always one goat who thinks they're the boss, and they'll butt heads with anyone who challenges them. It's like a goat version of Survivor, where only the feistiest make it to the top. Feeding these little rascals not only benefits the goats, but also helps keep the environment healthy. Their grazing habits prevent overgrowth, which can help control pests and improve the land's overall quality. You could say they're like little four-legged gardeners, doing their part to keep the ecosystem in balance. Now let's dig into the next stars of the farm, pigs. If goats are the comedians, then pigs are the playful tricksters, always ready to roll in the mud and have a good time. They might not be as cute as puppies, but they have an undeniable charm. Plus, they're incredibly intelligent. It's like they've been reading all the self-help books on how to live their best lives. Amish farmers have long recognized the advantages of raising pigs. Did you know that pigs can eat just about anything? It's true. They're not picky eaters at all, which makes them great for recycling leftovers from the farm and household. Old fruits, vegetables, and even dairy products can find a second life as pig food. It's the ultimate farm-to-table experience, just in reverse. Now let's talk about the feeding routine. Farmers usually provide their pigs with a combination of grains, leftover food, and garden scraps. Those little guys will dig in with enthusiasm. It's a sight to behold. You can almost hear them saying, "More, please." If you've ever seen a pig eat, you know it's a messy affair. They snuffle, grunt, and make quite the mess as they dive into their meals. It's like a food festival every day in the pig pen. But let's get serious for a moment. Pigs play a vital role in the ecosystem of an Amish farm. Their ability to consume food waste helps minimize waste and keep the farm clean. And when it comes to their manure, it's a valuable fertilizer for gardens. Pigs are basically the ultimate recycling machines, turning waste into something beneficial for the land. Now let's not forget the lighter side of pig life. Have you ever seen a piglet run? They look like little furry torpedoes, zooming around and squealing with delight. Pigs also love to play in the mud. It's not just for fun, it helps keep them cool on hot summer days. Imagine them rolling around looking like they just came back from a spa day, thoroughly enjoying every moment. So, how do all these feeding practices tie into the bigger picture of Amish farming? It's all about sustainability and self-sufficiency. The food produced not only nourishes families, but also supports local markets. It's a beautiful cycle where the land, animals, and people work together in harmony. In conclusion, feeding animals without modern convenience is not just about the food. It's a way of life deeply rooted in tradition, respect for the land, and resourcefulness. The Amish approach to animal husbandry exemplifies a sustainable lifestyle that celebrates simplicity, community, and a profound connection to nature. So the next time you enjoy a hearty meal featuring delicious Amish products, remember the stories behind the farm. From chickens to cows, goats to pigs, it's a world where every creature plays a vital role in creating a sustainable future.